Well, hello and welcome everybody to episode number 565 of the Garden City Community Chat Show. It is Thursday, February 24th, 2022. We're so happy you could be with us tonight. We hope you're all staying warm and doing well. I am your host, Kerry. Also joining me tonight, Garden City's very own meteorologist, Dr. Tom Iwinski. Tom, how you doing?
Yes, we're definitely all trying to stay warm, especially after this week and the crazy whiplash of temperatures.
Exactly. Well, we'll get into that in a little bit. Also, former Garden City Councilman and current president of Garden City Kiwanis, Mr. Mike Jones. How you doing, Mike?
I'm doing great.
Good.
We elected officers for next year, and I will be immediate past president.
Wow, already.
I enthusiastically supported that.
Yeah, that's quite a responsibility, that's for sure. Hey, tonight we welcome back K-9 officer and community resource officer from the Garden City Police Department, Sergeant Bruce Shippe. We have a lot to discuss with him tonight, including the Citizens Academy, the Wayne County Sledding Event, and much more. So we're looking forward to that. We also have Joe Bartley from J&J Taxes and More back with another tax talk for you as we get closer to the deadline. Joe will have more information for you. Mike's going to be here to close out the show with some community announcements you'll want to know about, right, Mike?
Yes, sir.
But first up, we will be having Garden City Chat meteorologist Dr. Tom Iwinski with the latest weather forecast for you and what we can expect for the rest of the week. So grab your favorite beverage or snack and join us for the next hour or so. Should be another good one. Remember, if you have any questions or comments and you're watching us live on Facebook or in YouTube, we are actually live on YouTube tonight as well. So you can go over to YouTube and search for the Garden City Community Chat and you'll see us. Please go ahead and put the comments in the comments section. I'll get them up on the screen and hopefully we'll get them answered for you. You can also text your questions to 734-788-9319. We also want to take a minute to say thank you to all of you who listen and support us every Thursday night, not only from our hometown of Garden City, but several of our surrounding communities as well. We really appreciate your support, and we'll always continue to promote our community and yours. And please continue to watch, listen, and share. Don't forget, if your community or organization has any events, announcements, or cancellations that you would like to get out to our listeners, what should they do, Mike?
Well, they probably ought to email us. That would be the best way.
I think that would probably be the best. Yeah. Email us the details at gccommunitychat@gmail.com or message us on our Facebook page at facebook.com/gcchat. And Mike will be more than happy to pass that information along for you.
That's correct.
All right, let's get Tom in here with a check of the weather, and then we're going to spend some time chatting with our special guest, Sergeant Bruce Shippe from the Garden City PD. Stand by for Tom. Okay, let's do a check on weather with Doppler Tom. Let's see what he has in store for the rest of this week and the weekend coming up. Tom, take it away. All right, Tom, we got another little duster coming, eh?
Yes, winter is continuing, but I'm probably going to myself, but I hope that this will be kind of the end of winter as we start to get into the month of March soon enough. So hopefully this is our last hurrah with winter and things will start to change in March as we get closer to spring. But before we get there, we definitely had a crazy week of weather. We had more winds over the weekend, a little bit of snow as well, and then a warm up on Tuesday. I mean, we were in the low to mid 50s with temperatures, and then the cold front went through, and as Michigan's fashion is, the next day we were below freezing, and we remain below freezing today. And as we got into this evening, the clouds moved back in. We saw some sun today, which was nice. So not a terrible day out there during the daytime hours, but the clouds are in, moving back in, and the precip is moving back in as well. And yes, this will be our next winter system. And as of right now, and kind of the system as a whole, as I've been looking at it all throughout the day, is this will be more of a lighter snow system. I don't really expect any significant snow totals with the system. As of right now, we've been just dealing with some on and off light snow throughout the evening hours, and that will continue. I don't really see any what we call mesoscale bands, which are just heavy bands of snow lining up. And so this will be some on and off light, steady snow as we get into the next few hours and into the overnight hours. And then it will be ending around 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. So snowfall totals, in my opinion, will be more on the lower end. I'm thinking only about 2 inches as we get into that 12-hour period from about 8 p.m. tonight to 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. And don't really expect a lot of significant impacts. I mean, some of the morning commute will obviously be a little bit slow. If you're early riser, you'll definitely be in the snow a little bit on the backside of it. But overall, it won't be a terrible system to move through the region, because I am seeing a lot of dry air getting mixed into the system. So that kind of eats up the snow a little bit, and we're going to have more breaks within that snow cover over during the overnight hours. So after that system moves through, we're finally going to kind of see a change in the weather pattern, and more progressive change as we get into next week and into March. As we get into tomorrow, besides the early morning snow, we will kind of remain cloudy for the rest of the day. Temperatures will remain in the 20s, upper 20s for high temperatures, and then the clouds will begin to break up Friday night, and definitely see the sun back over the weekend. On Saturday, we'll definitely see a lot more sun. Temperatures over the weekend, I do believe, will be above freezing for high temperatures. So a lot of that snow will begin to melt, and the sun will help it melt as well. So we have the sun helping, and temperatures above freezing will help as well. So yeah, a lot of these snow events this year, they came down pretty hot and heavy, but they didn't last on the ground for very long.
Right.
Our warmer temperatures really ate it up fairly quickly, and this won't be any different. Over the weekend, temperatures will be into the low to mid 30s. On Sunday, we'll probably get into the upper 30s, with temperatures getting into the upper 30s, over on Sunday. And then as we get into next week, temperatures will kind of be going up and down a little bit more. Nothing too crazy, but as we get into Monday, we'll see temperatures into the lower 30s as we get into Monday. And then on Tuesday, we'll actually get into the 40s. And then on Wednesday, we'll be in the upper 30s. Thursday will be in the lower 30s, and then Friday we'll be back in the 40s. So 30s and 40s are kind of all going to be all mixed in as we get into next week. And you didn't really hear me say anything about precip because there isn't going to be any next week. Finally, all of next week kind of appears to be much more dry, much more quiet weather, and a mix of clouds and sun throughout the week will be the calling card as well. And yeah, as we get into next week and into the following weeks, yeah, we're going to be in March. So kind of really talking about the beginning of March, I do see temperatures kind of moderating a little bit as we get into the first week of March. Going to kind of be into the upper 30s for high temperatures, and then upper 20s for lows. So we're starting to get into a little bit of warmer weather, if you will, as we get into March, a more consistent pattern as we get into March. And hopefully the snow will become a distant memory as we get into March as well. But you can't ever say that in Michigan because there's always that one last few snow events.
Last hurrah, yep.
March and even into April, but we won't get into that. But we definitely can see it, but they're going to become more or less severe because obviously temperatures can't get as cold as we get into March and spring, and the sun angle will help us as well. So hopefully this is going to be a big one, and this will definitely be the ending of winter, hopefully, as we get into March, But if you expanding outward and quickly talking about some other weather, the storm system is affecting a lot of the eastern United States. It started in the south with a lot of ice and freezing rain down there into especially Arkansas, and it's now moving into the Ohio Valley, and we're just getting brushed by some snow, and they're dealing with a little bit of ice in the Ohio Valley, and then the storm system will move into the northeast and bringing much more snow up there into the interior northeast as well, and then that storm system will be moving out. So these storm systems have been quite active over the last few weeks, moving in and out during the month of February, and glad that the month is starting to wind down, and I can finally catch my breath because it's been fairly active in the weather department. But if you want to keep tuned to any of my local weather information, just go to my website, dopplertomsweather.com, and it will keep you updated on this latest round of snow moving through and the radar and what's to come as we get into March.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you, sir.
Sounds like March might come in like a lamb.
Yeah.
Yes, it's looking like that for sure.
Hopefully, eh?
And today we had 11 hours of daylight.
Oh, yeah, it's getting longer. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, let's introduce our guest for tonight. He's been on our show several times with a lot of good information about our community and always willing to answer your questions. Please welcome from the Garden City Police Department, Sergeant Bruce Shippe.
Hey, good evening, guys. How are you?
How are you?
Hey, Bruce.
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Thanks for being
Excellent.
here tonight.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely, anytime. So, first, I got to ask you, give us a little background for our listeners. You've been on the force for how long now?
23 years this week.
Wow. Congratulations.
Yeah,
Congrats.
thank you.
And how long of that have you been the canine officer?
16 of those years.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Rudy there with you?
He is. He's
Oh, hi, Rudy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's out.
he's out. He was out doing a little bit of work, and he is now content. He's eaten, got a bathroom break, and
Oh, he's good to go.
Well, he heard the W word. Now his ears are perking up. And you can hear him back there whining.
So, hey, Bruce, you're also the community resource officer. You want to tell us what that entails?
Well, that entails a great job in this community, right?
Yeah.
So basically running the community resource office, I have back here with me, my team is our judicial officer, our traffic officer, and our school resource officer, myself. And our task is basically to effectively make a better life for the people in Garden City and address quality of life issues that they may have, whether they bring them to us and ask for our help, or whether we can identify them during community events or during calls for service.
Yeah. Well, you definitely have made our community a lot better, I think.
Thank you.
Yeah. You're doing a great job. So let's get into some of the stuff that has already happened. The Citizens Academy that you just had the second class graduate. You have 2 alumni here. I'm from the first class and Mike's from the second. Now tell us, which class did you enjoy better?
Well, obviously the second.
That was the question. That was the question I was teasing you.
Yeah, they obviously they were both great classes. Unique in themselves, right?
Right.
With Mike's class, we stayed late with your class. With Mike's class, number 2, what was the longest? Like 4 hours?
Yeah, about 4 hours. Probably shortest was about 3.
Yeah, and
for something that's scheduled for 2.
What's that?
It was scheduled for 2. We never got out before like 3.
We went over a couple times, I think, in the first class.
Yeah, in your class we did too, and they always go over because you can't adjust for the conversations that happen. And in both classes, again, we just had some phenomenal questions, great conversations. We had some newer instructors in the second class, so working through some different material, and then of course the class wanting to know a little bit more about them. That all of that just added into it, and you know what? Nobody minded staying late. They all enjoyed it. And when we got to graduation, we had a few people said, "God, I miss Tuesday nights."
Yeah. Now Denise says, she can recall several times that we stayed over. She's from the first class as well.
She was from our first class. Yes.
Yeah.
So great. Maybe these people now will show up at our coffee hours when we start having those.
Right. We're going to get into that too. Now, when is the next Citizens Academy? Do we know yet?
No, we don't know yet. You know, there's quite a few people that have been asking about it. I'm not sure. We will be having one here. We generally try to fill them more in the winter, because that's when a lot of the other programs drop out, right? And then people don't have the sports and all of the other things going on, summer vacations and things like that.
Summer's a little tough.
So we want to do it. We're ready to pencil it in and start one up like in a month or 2. But I'm, going 10 weeks. If we started up in April, we're going to be in the summer with this, and I think we're going to probably lose some people with it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's pretty interesting though, but you're right.
I don't know. It's a balance.
It's a toss up.
You don't know till you try, right?
Yeah, exactly. I know a lot of people are showing a lot of interest in it, and I mean, me and Mike can attest. It's a great course. It's a great course.
Yeah, and you get suggestions from the participants that you modify into succeeding classes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. And like even I know you guys get a wealth of information on it. We get information and feedback, not just on the classes and on the instructors, but also on how some of the approaches that we take in policing affect our communities. We had some great medical suggestions from this class on a couple of different notes on things. We had some social media suggestions that we're going to implement, some ways to engage more in social media. So we had some great ideas with it, and just as important is everybody kind of got to meet each other, right? So the next time when we're out there, just that familiar face, those conversations, it just makes things that much better.
Yeah, the camaraderie is excellent. I mean, you're a team. You really are a team. When you're in there. And
the younger officers get a lot too. Besides all of those things, they get an opportunity to teach, which doesn't happen all that often for them. So if you start thinking about the future with the community and getting up, whether schools, classrooms teachers ask you to come speak at events or talk to a classroom, or the Kiwanis Club is asked, and we've obliged with that. But now people start feeling more comfortable because they've been an instructor through one or two of the classes. They've got that, the nervousness out of them.
Yeah, more relaxed.
So we get a lot out of it. It works great for promotional opportunities too for these guys and the gals, because again, getting out in front of the audience and getting asked questions and have to come up with the proper answers and speak in a good tone, and it's just a win-win for everybody.
Yeah, it is. It's a learning experience for everybody, for sure. Well, when you do decide on when the course is going to happen, please let us know, okay, so we can promote that for you.
We certainly will. And like anybody listening, we always invite anybody that's been to one of the last two classes. You're more than welcome to sit in at any time.
I know. I wish I would.
All of them, some of them, none of them.
Yeah. And don't forget, we have that alumni Facebook page as well. So Mike and them, well, he's not real tech savvy, but whoever took that course can join that.
Well, yeah, we can. That's a good point. I forgot to mention that with everybody. We should add the new group to it.
Yes.
Boy, I wonder how big that group's going to get someday.
Yeah, you never know. That'd be awesome, eh?
We never thought about that, did we?
No, we didn't. But it's a good thing.
That's a good problem to have.
Exactly. All right, let's talk about, and Mrs. Chat and myself had the opportunity to witness this, the Western Wayne County Law Enforcement Sled Challenge. That was awesome.
Wasn't it? What did you think about it?
Oh, I thought it was fantastic. Fantastic. I mean, it was so great to see. And I wanted to put the picture up of the class that graduated. There you go.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to put that up. I forgot.
Look at that smile on Mike's face.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
the smile on Rudy's face.
Yeah, that's a smile, huh?
Yeah, here's a good smile right there. That's a good smile.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's a great picture right there.
Yeah, I like that picture.
I do too. So we want to talk about the Western Wayne County Law Enforcement Sled Challenge. How did that come about? I mean, you want to explain a little bit? And then I have some photos that you can comment on.
Yeah, we can, we could thank Downriver for that. Allen Park and Woodhaven just got into this. Their Facebook pages, they run them a little bit different from ours. They do a little bit different engagement on stuff. They're kind of funny and they banter back and forth and, get on a personal level with things. And they do a really, really great job with it. And they just got into this bantering about this sled race with the snowstorm coming up, never thinking this is what it would come to. So they hosted theirs and I watched it.
Yeah.
What a phenomenal event. Now they had it at a time when they could get the community out there. And of course, everybody had a snow day that day.
Yes.
So they had by some accounts, 800 people, some people said. They also had the ability then afterwards, they went sledding down the hill with the kids and things like that. So, when you see it, we have this saying here, we borrow what works, right? But I don't know. I just looked at that going, God, how do we use that and not be so guilty of cheating, the next week?
Yeah.
So
hey, there's nothing wrong with plagiarism.
I like it. Only if you get caught, right?
Yeah. Hey.
So, we're looking at it, I thought, well, let's challenge the winner, let's challenge, which was Woodhaven.
Sure.
So I talked to the chief about it I didn't even finish. And he was like, yes.
Oh, he was on board right away. Yeah.
So we needed to work with the parks. They were phenomenal to work with.
Yeah.
That the hidden part is we didn't know how many people would show up. When I'm asking them, I don't know how many departments will send people or allow their people to do. You know what I mean? There was so much unknown to it.
Right.
And we were talking about our park. So if it's like that park, if we were to pack in that many people, we'd have to close the park down.
Yeah.
So that was a concern. So that was part of what time of the day do we do it? So that's why we chose an earlier. I know a lot of people wanted a later day, but with so many unknowns, we just couldn't do that and then interrupt the park during the evening like that. Now that we finished it, and we've looked at it with ourselves and the park. They were the staffing from the park, their admin office, they were phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, hats off to them.
Mhm.
They want to do it next year, and they want to do more community involvement. So
Cool.
we've got some ideas where we can get the kids involved in it, and do more like the Downriver did. But at the end of the day, we got done. The chief made a remark, and it still kind of rings with me. When people were showing up like 45 minutes early, they wanted to practice. They also just wanted to practice. And when he said, "Do you hear that?" And they were just laughing going down the hill.
Yeah.
There was nobody else there, just probably about 25 or 30 cops.
Mhm.
Just laughing. He was like, "When does that ever happen in police work? When do we ever get together,
How many
different departments, and laugh?"
how many cities did you have that day? Roughly. I mean,
I think
Livonia.
we ended up with 8.
Okay, yeah.
I think we ended up with 8. So
I got a picture of all of them here, I believe, right there.
yeah.
And then you want to mention who supplied the tubes. That was something too.
So yeah, the Metro Parks canoe rental, the same place that supplied them for Downriver.
Mm-hmm.
They contacted us and said they use these tubes to float down the river. And they're like, "Hey, these are commercial grade. They'll last. We'll bring them there." That guy showed up in his truck, was inflating those with a small inflator that you plug into your cigarette lighter. He was there 2-3 hours ahead of time doing that for us. Phenomenal. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, well, we do, the nice part was it wasn't built this way, but it just worked out that at this point in time, this happened to be more about all the officers in the cities getting together, and having a fun, friendly, laughing challenge of things and inviting the community to kind of watch it. Usually we're doing a lot of the opposite. We're doing a lot of our events. All the cities do for the communities. So next year we're going to share in the fun, and we're going to do it for both.
And you even had the Garden City Fire Department come out, which was really nice.
Well, you have to be careful because you never know if something happens, right?
Yeah.
So we wanted to be able to attend to things quickly.
Rescue is there. Yeah.
So yeah, that was number one goal.
Yeah, even Sparky went down the hill.
Is that a goat?
That's Sparky.
Oh, that's Sparky.
Is that a goat? And then there you are there talking with a Wayne County. He was K9 too, I believe.
Yes. Yep.
So yeah, that was really a great event. And yeah, I hope we do it again next year, and we'll promote that for you as well. Get even more people.
Yeah, everybody's super excited. Some people thought about offering a couple of different things for the kids to do there again. And then if we can schedule it later, the parks seemed like they were right on board for wanting to schedule it later and bring everybody together. Can you imagine how big that's going to be?
Oh,
have 8 cities and all their communities.
Huge.
Yeah. That's the next level to what we do in community policing.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. So moving on, what events do you have planned for this year? Are you going to bring back Cop on the Block and Coffee with a Canine?
Yes. So
Here's
now that
in our house when we had it.
Yeah, now that our the numbers have changed with COVID and things have taken sound like a nice decline. And as we know, with last summer they took a decline. So let's hope it makes an even more impact this year. We're going to open up with everything. We did our Cop on the Block last year. We're going to be back at it, doing more of them this year.
Awesome.
We're gonna try to schedule like one every 3 weeks, every 2 weeks.
Oh, perfect.
Coffee hour. We're gonna open that back up again. Our neighborhood watch. We're gonna come back at that stronger than ever with our neighborhood watch program.
Yeah. That was a good program.
So we'll ask for your help, and I want to get some new blocks involved into this program.
Yep.
Bring back our tried and true, our veteran neighborhood watch people, and invite them back into it. And let's make this better than ever.
Right. Denise wants to know, will the coffee hours be both morning and evening to accommodate those that work during the day?
Yeah, we've done a couple of mornings. We get more people in the evening than we do in the morning, but we don't let that govern it either.
Right.
If you remember, we've had a couple at Schoolcraft.
Sure.
And then we had Straight Farmhouse.
Yep, straight farmhouse.
So yeah, numbers doesn't mean anything, right? It's all about the content and the people that show up there. You can have 50 people for a coffee hour and it's not very productive. You can have 5 people and have a heck of a coffee hour.
Oh
That
yeah,
actually makes a difference. So
yeah.
we're going to do them both.
Mrs. Chat says the coffee truck was awesome too. Donated their tips to the cause. That was at Heinz.
The coffee tasted really well.
Oh yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a great day for it. That's for sure. Let's see who else. Let me mention just a few people that are in here watching tonight, Bruce. We got Patty Fix in there. Hi, Patty. Tina Wing says hello. Mayor Walker's in there. He says Sergeant Shippe is the man. We agree. We agree. Let's see. Marty Jane's in there. Denise Stabley's in there. Mrs. Chat's in there. Annette's in there. I wonder who that would be. Who else we got? Mark Mukovitz is in there. Derek Parton, my son's in there. How you doing, Derek? And quite a few people watching tonight, so that's great. Great.
Yeah, we got a big crowd.
Yeah, that's awesome. Oh, Chief Harmon just joined us. How you doing, Chief?
Oh, after the goat picture, right?
Yeah, the goat. she's going to have to listen to this back.
Hey, don't tell her to play it backwards.
No, right. So we got Cop on the Blocks coming back. With the new community center that we may be getting over there at Schoolcraft, that's going to be a great facility too for you.
That's that's going to be a phenomenal facility.
Oh, that's phenomenal. Phenomenal.
I think it's very, very exciting. That we've hosted a couple of our coffee hours in there. It looked like it was always really nice, and that's like you said, we could have another coffee hours there. Some of our community programs.
Oh.
It's nice to come here, but it'd be nice to have a nice facility where we could host some of our community programs over there.
Right, absolutely. It's a phenomenal venue, and it would be great, I think. Let's see. Yeah, Chief Harmon says, saw that dude.
Well, hey, we got the better looking dog there. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have to do tricks for a living.
Right. Hey, what about bike rodeo? That was always a fun event too. Is that going to be back this summer?
Yeah, the bike rodeo will be back this summer.
Okay. I
know the schools were interested in hosting it. There was some conversations with Parks and Rec about hosting it. So I think it'll probably be one of those entities and not both. But that was a great event there. Parks and Rec, we sat down and just kind of a little spoiler alert. We had a meeting with them. They had an idea of this Home Alone kind of school for kids during the summer, like a camp type thing.
Right.
Teaching kids like what to do if you're home alone, what to do in case of emergency,
right?
Things like that. Do's and don'ts.
Yeah.
And that. So that's super exciting. I don't want to say too much into it.
Yeah.
But they're putting that together with the summer camp type event, and it's going to be really exciting. So
yeah, they're Chad's doing a great job over there with Parks and Rec. He's really has something going on all the time, really.
And that's nice, and that'll fit nice with it's a community center thing. If that happens with with Radcliffe, that would be that'd be like the icing on the cake, right?
Phenomenal.
Some great places, because they keep having a lot of good community events, and that's what we need. We need more interaction.
Right. And I had mentioned to the mayor, that community center could be a destination now for Garden City. It really could.
Yeah.
Bring in a lot of people.
I tell you what, when I get around, there's a lot of people. It's hard to believe, or maybe we just don't think about how much excitement something like that creates.
I know.
Everywhere I go, people are asking me about it. I'm like, listen, I don't know much about it. I hear as much as you guys do.
Right.
It sounds like it's something that's going to happen. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
There is a lot of excitement over that.
Yeah, for sure. Well, anything else that you wanted to cover while I have you?
No. Have you been watching our crime mapping? Your crime view?
No.
Oh, how come?
Where at?
On the online, the crime view.
No.
Well, we talked about the dashboard in the Citizens Academy. We show it.
Oh,
with
yeah,
all the
yeah,
crime,
yeah, yeah.
with the crime
Yeah.
mapping.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
you
mention
notice, it certainly looked like I was just looking at it like things are dropping down.
Yes, yes.
So
That's a good thing too.
the officers are out there working super hard. I was just looking at it now, and there's last 30 days, 39 crashes. You have 2 burglaries or in the last 30 days.
Wow,
The numbers
not
like
bad.
that are
That's
phenomenal. 2 burglaries, or it's listed, or it's larceny from auto, so it could be either without clicking on them.
but
and
still,
jumping
in 30
into them.
days, man.
Yeah, that's numbers are dropping.
Yeah, they are.
They've
Good.
been dropping. We review those numbers every week at a staff meeting. The chief has them, and then the chief sets a proactive plan on how we're going to address it. So if we start seeing a fluctuation, even slightly, he's right on it and starts formulating a plan. And this is how we're going to handle it. Whether it's extra patrols in through the neighborhoods,
Nip it
or
early.
whether some of the sergeants can, working as shifts, can say, hey, we think it's this person or that person, and we can put a more directive approach, to seeing if that's who it is or not. So
Mhm.
we invest a lot of time with those meetings, and it shows in the numbers. So
Yeah, yeah.
great. Yeah, log on and check it out. You'd be pretty impressed with it.
Definitely, definitely. And you're out and about all the time. You're going to be more than likely at the park with music in the park and trunk or treat and all those events that we have.
I look forward to that music in the park. It's a great event. It's
Yeah,
always
we have a
fun.
good time. Yeah,
It's always a good
we're going to do
time.
3 again this year and have some
When's
great
the first
entertainment.
one?
Huh?
Do you know when the first one is?
I think June or July. I'm not certain,
Okay.
but
Well, and I know we're going to do the walk event, the walk with Rudy again this year.
Uh-huh.
So
Okay, yeah.
you talking with the DDA? We're working on some. They may actually already have a date with it. I'm just not sure if they've set the date yet or not. But
Uh-huh.
they definitely want to do that. So we're going to do that. We're going to ask to get even more people out there. Walk to downtown. We talk about it being a walkable downtown. I do it,
Right.
as you guys know, all the time with the dog, and I cross the streets and have no issues. So come on out and walk with us and take a look at what we have and invite some change. And business owners, invite your business owner friends to come see who can actually walk down there, what they could, be in for if they put a business down there.
Yes, yes.
If we don't show them, who's going to?
Yeah. Denise
Right?
wants to know, do you think those numbers are affected by the cold temps? Probably.
You know what? Sometimes certain ones they do.
Uh-huh. Depends,
Certain times they do. Certain things they don't. So like at our traffic crashes, those traffic crashes are down. And with the recent snow events, you'd think that they'd be up even higher.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's been a trend of them being down. So that's great. Now, sometimes like your larcenies, yes, they can obviously drop because it's colder and people don't want to walk around. But we've also had some pretty good warm days. So yeah, you'd have to look overall at the temperatures and see where they're at. But I tell you what, surprisingly, they don't fluctuate a lot of times that much because of the cold.
Wow.
Because I can remember being on midnights, and you would think people wouldn't commit a crime in the snow, but they do.
Yeah.
And we can all talk about the days where we'd walk and follow people's footprints right to their house.
Yes. Yes, exactly. Exactly.
You would get
That's
a
a
snowy
dumb
day, you'd get a large coffee, and you'd think, man, I'm not going to have anything. It's 12 o'clock at night. And then somebody calls and their car got broken into, and you're literally driving, following the footprints.
Yeah.
And you're like, seriously? And then you're knocking on a door and you're like, hey, we need to talk to you.
See, that's where snow really comes in handy there.
It does. And like I said, so sometimes it's sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you can watch a lot of times domestic numbers will go up in the colder weather because people are contained in their
Right.
homes together. Right. And if you're there for days at a time, you kind of start getting a little bit tired of each other and you kind of start bugging each other. And
Yeah.
things can evolve from there. So
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Heather Crane wants to know, Bruce, where can we see the mapping?
So you can go online. There's actually an app for it, or you can go online. If you Google Crime View,
Yeah, Crime View.
that'll come up.
That will come up.
I haven't used the app for the phones in a while. I usually, because I'm looking at it on my computer screen so often, I don't usually look at it on my phone.
But just Google Crime View and it should
Google it or go to your app store and put that in there.
Yeah.
Now, and when you look at those, you can those are all made available by the chief. So the chief has the discretion in those issues where they can take that away and not offer it. That's part of our report writing system. In this case, the chief was like, we want the people to know. We want the people to see what's going on.
Right.
So he openly shares those numbers. Yeah. And if you remember, we all knew, like back in the day when we had the newspaper and you get the little crime area, you knew that, those 3 or 4 crimes weren't representative to everything that happened. Where here it is, it's a representative of everything that happens during those 30, 60, and 90-day terms. Yeah. Now, if you look at it and for Heather, if you click on it, it gives you a little bit of information on there, but it doesn't say an address. It'll say like the 2900 block. Because people do have a right to privacy.
Sure, it gives you the vicinity.
Yeah, so we don't want to say, hey, this house was a victim of this or that, or this business was. But it gives enough general information that you could see what's going on.
Yeah. Oh, and how about the Ring doorbell program you got? What is it, VIP, right?
VIP. So that's still going strong with the coffee hours. We're going to start talking about that a little bit more. We're still utilizing that. We need more people.
And what that is,
taking a look at some, if anybody's got suggestions, I've been looking at some other programs to see if there's something we can't do better with it. Right.
Right.
I'd love to have our own app for it. That'd be kind of phenomenal, but I wouldn't even venture what that would cost us.
Yeah. I have no idea.
But that would be, in today's technology, we do have to up it. It's a great program. It's a great tool, but there's more effective ways to operate it now than which we have. So I'm open for suggestions if somebody sees something.
And just briefly mention what VIP is. So
that's our video information program. So if you, we have a form online. It's on the city website. There's a link to email it in. It comes to me. I log it. If there is anything that we're looking for crime-wise that happens in your area, say we had a home invasion, instead of the officers going out and knocking on every single door, we're still going to knock on doors within that area.
Sure.
Well, we know people can park a block over, 2 blocks over. Yep. They could drive down your block. Not too many cars may come down your block at certain times.
Right.
So what we do is anybody that belongs to a program, I email it out. This is what we're looking for in this time frame. And we give a brief synopsis of what happened, and then they can share the information with me if they do have something on any of their video systems.
Right. Yeah, that let me tell you, those Ring doorbells and that really come in handy. I mean, not just our community, but all over.
Yeah, they're coming in.
Great tool, like
very handy. Yeah. Anybody that doesn't have a Ring doorbell or some type of a video system, you definitely should look into it. Unfortunately, a lot of people look into it after they're a victim of crime.
Yeah.
Not before. We're all guilty of it because they're a couple of $100 and you put it off and then something happens. You're like, gosh, I wish I had it.
Be a little more proactive on it, and get one now if you can, because they've really come down in cost too. So.
And like I said, that you may not be a victim, but what you capture might help somebody.
Yeah.
You break into a house in the middle of a block and you park your car 2 blocks over, and it happens, let's just say at 2 a.m. There's not too many people walking around at 2 a.m. And if you change your fence, that electronic fence on your system, and that's one of the keys is to change it in the later hours when you have less vehicle and people traffic. You may catch a car coming down the street.
That's right.
And you can give it to us. It may or may not be applicable, but let's look at it. A person walking down the street at an odd time and hear this B&E happen, that might give us that little extra resource where we can, go ahead and make an arrest and close out a case and stop that type of crime. And, and of course, too, people talk, and the more people talk and hear, that we solve crimes and that we're actively after them and that people have videos, they're going to go somewhere else.
Right. And, of course, you'll have it registered. People register their Ring doorbell or their video cameras. Then you'll know, oh, well, hey, such and such has one on this block. Let's check it out. Right.
Yeah. They're really good systems out there. So,
and it's totally voluntary.
Yeah. Totally voluntary.
Yeah.
It just consists of your name, your address, and an email. I don't want to call or have to bother texting people.
Mhm.
Just send you a little email. This is what happened. This is what we're looking for. If you have anything, send me, or you can call me, if you need to discuss it a little bit further.
Yep. It's a great tool for sure. Well, look, Sergeant, thanks again for taking the time tonight. I think we covered quite a bit. Our listeners are always well informed when you're on.
Thank you for having us.
Anytime. And we will see you next time for sure, eh?
We will see you again.
All right. Give Rudy a hug for us and have a great night.
We sure will. Thank you, guys. Have a good
Take
evening.
care. Bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Oh, good information as always, right?
Yep.
He's a
Great resource.
great asset to the community. The whole
Mhm.
force. I mean, hey, our fire department, our police department, I'm telling you, I can't say enough about them. I just wanted to mention real quick that we just had our hot off the press. The Garden City Marketplace was delivered by Don, and Mrs. Chat brought it up to me. She made it up the steps. I don't know how with her bad knees, but we'll get into that a
March.
little bit. I have, huh?
The March edition.
From what?
March?
Yeah, March. Yes.
I haven't got that yet. I just got February.
It just came out. So he's probably stocking everybody up now. Let's see. What do we got in here? We got Sherry Lynn Bowers watching. Heather Crane, thank you. Don Nicholson, thanks for the delivery, Don. Appreciate it. Don Nicholson from Don Nicholson Enterprises. Him and his wife Gail do the Marketplace magazine, and if you haven't checked it out, you need to. There's a lot of good information in there, right? All right. Let me see. Let's get Joe in here now with some tax talk, and then we'll close out the show with Mike. All right. Sound good? Here we
Sounds
go.
good.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to Tax Talk with Joe Bartley from J&J Taxes and More. So, probably one of the most frequent questions that I get, and it's usually right after I finish the return and are telling people what their bottom line is, they're asking me, how can I get a bigger refund? Or how can I pay less? In other words, how can you keep more of your own money? So, a lot of it is difficult because most of the credits at this point are geared more toward people with children. So obviously, if you don't have small kids at home that you can claim as dependents, you're not getting a whole lot of help. And so once the kids get out of the house, once you lose the child tax credits, once you lose the college education credits, there's not a lot out there for us older people as we get older, or if you're single and don't have the kids. Now, the one thing that you can do is put a little bit of money in an IRA if you're of age where you can do that. That can come off of your income, so that can be helpful. And there's also a small savers credit. It's not huge, but it is something. The days of being able to deduct property taxes and your home mortgage interest and your Salvation Army gifts, those days are gone. Most people cannot itemize anymore, so they've taken those credits away. So there's not a lot out there for us. The bottom line is, it's compared to what you're bringing in as income as opposed to what you're having withheld from your paycheck. So some people like to get really big refunds, and that's fine. And some people like to break even, and that's what the government really wants you to do. And some people don't mind paying every year. Me personally don't like to pay. But remember, it's your money, and so you're going to either pay now or pay later. Okay? Now, so you can get the big refunds if you have extra taken out. But again, it's your money, and then that's just going to be less money on your paycheck every week. So you have to kind of weigh out what you're looking to do personally. And again, there's no right or wrong. It's what you're looking to do and what your goals are. And some people use the big refund as a savings account. And right now, with the savings accounts not making any interest, it's not a terrible idea, even though most of your financial experts tell you not to do that. So the bottom line is, however, it's how much you bring in and what you have withheld. There's no magic wands, no matter what the commercials on TV from the big box places tell you. There's no special formula to get more money back. Again, most of it is geared toward the big refunds for the kids and to help younger families out, which is great, but that doesn't help us older folks at all. So look at your withholding. If you're not happy with your refund or your bottom line on your taxes, you may want to go to your employer and make an adjustment. Or even if you are retired, you may have to look at having some taxes taken out of your pension to put you in a little bit better position. So it's an individual thing, and there's no cookie cutter answer for it. If I could help you with anything, certainly give me a call. I'm Joe at J&J Taxes and More. I'm located at 29217 Ford Road, Suite 104 in downtown Garden City. The best way to get a hold of me is through my email, and that's joe at jnjtaxesandmore.com. And the phone number is 734-523-8291. So be glad to help you out. Also, as a side note, those of you that have been waiting for Michigan unemployment, the 1099-Gs are coming out right now. So if you haven't received it in the mail, you could probably look online and pick it up there. I know I've got numerous clients that their return is being held up, waiting for those unemployment 1099. So thanks. Have a great week, and talk to you next time.
All right. Thank you, Joe. Good information as always. A couple more people in there watching, Mike. Paula Relics in there. How you doing, Paula? I believe she's scrapbooking, if I'm not mistaken. John Murray's in there. How you doing? And I just wanted to mention, and I talked to you a little earlier, I believe, or Tom, I did. I had a team meeting with some DTE representatives, and they're going to be coming on the show April the 7th during Severe Weather Week. So we're going to be talking about all the precautions you can take during Severe Weather Week with DTE. So put that on your calendar, April 7th. They will be on the show live. Also, if you want to contact Sergeant Shippe tonight, who was on tonight, and if he can help you with any concerns you might have, his email is shippeb, that's SHIPPEB at gardencitymi.org. All right. We got Joe taken care of. And just a quick announcement before Mike. Mike and I have the pleasure of serving on the Commission on Aging, right, Mike? For Garden.
Yes, sir.
And we're still looking for 2 positions, I believe, to be filled. If you are 60 or over, a resident of Garden City, and not currently serving on any boards for the city, and you're interested, please contact me at gccommunitychat@gmail.com or message me on Facebook, and I'll pass your name and information along to our chairperson. Appreciate that. Okay, I wanted to mention, if you are a small business owner and would like to feature your business on our show, please contact us either by email or message us on Facebook. We are here for you and would love to have you on the show and be a part of promoting your business for you. It also might be a good idea for you to check out and contact the Garden City Business Alliance at gardencitybusinessalliance.org. All right, you ready, Mike?
I'm ready.
All right, let's cue up the music. Here we go, buddy.
Well, that'll be the day you say goodbye. Yes, that'll be the day
Time for
you make me cry. You say you're gonna
Mike here. Mike.
You know it's a lie, 'cause that'll be the day when I die.
All right. All right. Good job. Good job.
What you got, Gary?
All right. Here we go. First up is preschool's back.
Preschool story time is back.
Yes.
It's on Wednesdays at 11 a.m.
Yep.
Masks are still required. Social distancing will take place. It's free. It's in the Garden City Library.
Right.
Library is open to the public.
Yep.
Browse our books and DVDs. Use our computers and printer. Grab a new craft kit. Send a fax.
And don't forget the mask. They still require a mask. With the snow coming, we want to remember to do this.
Yep. Which would you rather have to protect your home? After a snowfall, remember to clear a 3-foot radius around the fire hydrants near your home.
Here's a couple of older ones that we always continue to show.
Yep, the food pantry needs volunteers. They need a couple of people. One volunteer to work in the pantry on Thursday mornings from 8:45 to 12:30, and one volunteer to pick up food once a month on any Wednesday at Gleaners on North Line Road and bring it to Maplewood. You can call 734-793-1859 for more information.
Right.
They do need donations of toiletries. Toiletries aren't often donated during the holidays, but they are needed. Items can be dropped off at Maplewood Community Center. Parks and Rec yoga class, Monday at 5 p.m. and Thursdays at 5:45 p.m. at the Maplewood Community Center. Punch cards.
$24 for resident.
All right. Non-residents, $32. Drop-ins are $6.
That's a good deal.
Tai Chi Wednesdays begins 11:15, runs to 12:15 for beginners, and the advances are 12:30 to 1:30 at the Maplewood Community Center. A great way to stay balanced.
Yep. We're talking
Softball
baseball.
registration. Yep. God, we're looking forward to that.
Yeah.
The end of winter, the end of snow, and warmer weather, and let's play ball. Spring and summer registration is available now. Registration is available online. Bring it on at gardencitymi.org/parks.
Right.
Cardio strength training, Saturdays, 9 p.m. Call 734-793-1850 to register. This, of course, is at Maplewood Community Center.
Now, this is makes it easy to register online for the Parks and Rec.
You can create an account, add all of your family members, add all the programs, events, and facility rentals you'd like to sign up for to your cart, pay online, and you're all registered. You go to www.gardencitymi.org/parks.
Yep. 3 easy steps.
Referees are needed. Be part of the game you love. If you're interested in becoming a ref, visit MichiganRefs.org. It's MichiganRefs.org.
Yep. It's a new one here.
Spring Marketplace Vendor Show will be on this Saturday, February 26th, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at St. Peter's and Paul Banquet Hall, 750 North Beach Daly Road in Dearborn Heights, between Ford and Cherry Hill Roads. Free admission, everyone welcome. Delicious Romanian food will be available, dine-in or carry-out. A bake sale, large variety of vendors, direct sales, and more.
Right on.
Learn more about your local government, a free 6-week course, Garden City University. I figure that's the graduate course for us that just graduated from the police academy.
Right.
Sessions start March 9th. Visit www.gardencitymi.org/GCU for more information.
Yeah, I hear a lot of good things about this course too. So you want
I
to
did. What did he? I think in 6 weeks they cover all the departments.
Yep. All the departments. You get to get in the fire trucks and DPS and police cars, everything. Check it out.
St. Patrick's Day Trivia Night, sponsored by the Rotary Club of Westland, on Friday, March 11th. There's a $100 grand prize. What is that? $80 per item.
$80 per team, 8 players.
That's it. $80 per team and 8 players. Space is limited. Call or text 734-612-2521. There'll be a cash bar. This is at Joy Manor in Westland. Doors open at 6 p.m. Trivia at 7 p.m. All you can eat pizza.
Oh boy. And this is always a great event here.
Yeah.
Garden
City Lions are having their 30th annual pancake breakfast.
30th.
And Sunday, March 27th, from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Special guest cooks include the Garden City and Dearborn Heights firefighters.
Yeah.
This year it will be at the Dearborn Heights Moose Lodge, which is located at 27225 Warren Road in Dearborn Heights, just east of Inkster Road and 1 block on the south side of Warren Road. They'll have pancakes, sausage, scrambled eggs, juice, coffee, and milk. I'm looking for the prices. I can't read them.
Oh, $6 adults and $3 kids, 12 years.
Right. And for more information, you can contact Bob, 734-612-1775, or Larry, 734-660-0920.
Yeah, it's a great cause.
Adult Kickball League, April 8th to June 17th on Fridays at 6 p.m. Single games, 10 versus 10, $200 a team, 8 weeks. Register online at gardencitymi.org/parks.
Right.
Become a vendor at the Westland Farmers and Artesian Market. Go visit www.westlandfarmersmarket.com to get the 2022 vendor application and market policies. It runs from May 26th through October 13th. They have a pretty big market there. That's a good, it's well established and a lot of
beautiful market. Very nice.
Indie Art and Craft Jam. Sunday, May 22nd, and the second one on September 25th. Local makers, live music, good eats, 5805 Central and Garden City, Michigan, on the northeast corner of Ford and Middlebelt. Presented by Creative Bakery and Helium Studio, and event sponsors the Garden City DDA.
Yep. And I did want to mention real quick, and Mrs. Chat mentioned it in there, note that Lent Fish Fry starts next Friday.
I've got it right here.
Okay, so what else you got there, Mike? We want to thank Don again for the Marketplace, March Marketplace.
St. Thomas the Apostle Parish is having their world-famous fish fry every Friday from March 4th through April 15th from 4:30 to 7. They're located at 31530 Beechwood Street in Garden City, near Ford Road in Merriman. Phone number is 734-427-1533. Join us in a safe environment. You must wear a mask to enter. Great dinners, friends, and desserts. The menu includes options are beer battered haddock dinner with fries, or mashed potatoes and coleslaw and roll, or a baked haddock dinner, fries, or mashed coleslaw and roll, or a combo dinner with French shrimp, fries, mashed potatoes, coleslaw and a roll, with shrimp dinner with fries, mashed potato, coleslaw and roll, cheese sticks with sauce, macaroni and cheese. All dine-in dinners include coffee, tea, or milk at no extra charge. Carry-out dinners are available.
Awesome. I see they're doing another Parents' Night Out as well, ages 5 to 12, Maplewood Community Center. Second Friday of every month they're going to do it now, 5:30 to 9. Wow. It's such a huge success. Starring games, crafts, fun, pizza, $10 a child, $5 sibling. Must register the Monday before each event date. Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
What else you got? Oh, here's the Music in the Park dates.
Okay.
June 24th, St. John Smith will be performing. July 21st, the Smith Factor will be performing. And then August 28th, Taylor Tuckey will be back. So they are at Garden City Park from 6 to 9 p.m. And are you a Garden City business owner, citizen, or community advocate? Download a GCBA membership application at gardencitybusinessalliance.org. And we'll hit more of those next week. There's a lot of stuff in there. But anything else you got, Mike?
No, I haven't got the March marketplace. I'll have that hopefully for next week.
Yeah. And we'll let people know. So, all right. Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Also, a quick reminder, the next city council meeting will be Monday, March 7th at 7 p.m. in the council chambers located at 6000 Middle Belt Road. It's a good way for you to get involved and voice any concerns that you may have as well.
I understand that they did approve putting the bond millage ballot renewal proposal on for August.
They did approve?
Yeah,
Right.
that's what I was told. I wasn't able to stay at the meeting because we had a reception for us
Yeah, I
Police
watched.
Academy graduates.
Yeah.
So I missed that part. And I think they approved the Radcliffe Center purchase agreement.
Yes, you're correct. Yep. That's going to be
That bond millage ballot proposal, I don't know. It may have be a challenge to get a majority vote for it. But I'll tell you, I look at Farmington and Donnelly, where I live, and the job that they did on those streets, and I think this is fantastic. Let's extend it as far through the city as we possibly can.
Yeah, I agree. I hope it does pass again. We need to get the rest of the roads fixed, and it'd be nice if they could tear them all out and redo them like they did yours. But let's just continue it, I guess. And
yeah,
just because and somebody made a good point. Just because you got your street done already doesn't mean that you don't have to vote for this, because others would like their streets done as well. So. And chances are you're going to drive down one of them streets anyways.
Right.
Eventually. So, all right. We are always looking for guests to be on the show, right, Mike?
Yes, sir.
If you or someone might be interested, it's very easy. Contact us at gccommunitychat@gmail.com or message us on Facebook. Or if you see either one of us out and about, grab us and say, hey, we'd like to be on the show. And we'll do it. We'll make it happen. Doesn't matter what community you live in. We want to hear from you during these times. We'll do the show remotely and safely from the comfort of your home or office. Maybe you own a business or belong to an organization and you would like to share your information with us and the surrounding communities. If so, contact us today, and we look forward to hearing from you. And with that said, Mike, I think we're call this a
podcast.
I think we're ready to, I don't know, hunker down with the snow coming, I guess.
Yeah. Doesn't sound like it's going to be too bad, according to Tom, though.
No, and it's not going to last long. So special thanks to Sergeant Bruce Shippe for coming on and sharing with us all the good things the GCPD is doing. You can contact him once again at shippeb@gardencitymi.org. Thanks to Joe Bartley from J&J Taxes and More. Remember to contact Joe at 734-523-8291. He is located at 29217 Ford Road in Garden City for all your tax needs. Also, a big thanks to my fantastic co-hosts, meteorologist Dr. Tom Iwinski and Kiwanis President Mike Jones. Great job as always. Mike, any final thoughts before we go?
No, I think that's about it, Jerry.
All right.
I'm just glad to see that hospitalizations are starting to go significantly down for COVID. That's a great sign.
Yes. Heather Crane says, great show, Mr. Parton, Mr. Jones, and Sergeant Shippe. Take care, everyone. Thank you, Heather. Really appreciate that. Thanks for watching. We always appreciate that. Sherry Lynn Bauer, good night. You have a great night as well. And a big thank you to each and every one of you out there for sharing your time with us. We really appreciate it. Remember, this show will be available right after we sign off tonight on Facebook. So we hope that you'll catch it later at your convenience. if you tuned in late, by going to facebook.com/GCChat. Also catch us on our YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube and search for GC Community Chat. You'll find not only this show, but all of our past shows as well. And please subscribe to the channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. We would appreciate it. We were live tonight on YouTube, so we were live on Facebook and live on YouTube, so you can catch us either way. And as always, we continue to thank all the healthcare workers, first responders, police and fire, everyone on the front lines who serve and protect us every day. We can't thank you enough. Be safe, and we want you to know that you and your families are in our thoughts and prayers every day. And when you see any of these heroes, please let them know how much you appreciate them. We are praying that relief comes soon so you all can catch a break. And the numbers are going in the right direction, like you said, Mike. But they got to go lower.
Yeah.
So, all right. Remember, the success of a community depends on the community. So please support your local businesses. Don't forget, we like to promote community unity. Let's be united and support one another. And please don't hesitate, vaccinate. And Mike, if you see something,
Say something.
exactly. We got to look out for one another out there. For all your weather information, be sure to head on over to doppertomsweather.com. He's got a great user-friendly website over there for you, radar and all that good stuff. We will see you right back here next Thursday, March 3rd already, live on Facebook and YouTube at youtube.com/user/community chat show. So until then, thanks for listening. Have a safe and wonderful rest of the week. Take it easy, shoveling that snow out there if we get it, and have a great night. Mike, you take care, buddy. See you next week.
Yep.
All right. See ya.
Yeah.